Welcome back, everybody. Max here with CAD Hunting, and welcome to my weekly silver update. As you guys can see, I bought some nice junk silver again at my weekly visit to my scrap metal dealer, and I was super happy with it. So we're going to talk about this today. I'm going to show you guys the coins and explain a little bit what they are and talk about them a little bit. And also afterwards, we're going to talk about gold and silver in general, compare the two a little bit to each other, and talk a little bit about what happened last week with the plummeting prices for gold and silver. But let's start with the coins. As you guys can see, I have a total of 5 Canadian silver dollars here. This is something I always like to stack, and I'm a bit picky about the years, so I didn't take every one that was there. I was trying to stick to my $200 budget today. I might buy a little bit more tomorrow, but I'm not 100% sure. So I didn't really want to buy more than $5. I got them for $20 a piece, which is slightly under spot, 20 Canadian a piece. So we have 2 of those beautiful 1958 British Columbia dollars, which have an amazing design, and I really like stacking those. So those are definitely always on my priority list if I go through junk Canadian dollars. The least popular ones for me personally is 64, 65, 66. I kind of like the design on the 67, even though it's super common. But if I can, I try to take the early 60s and the 50 stuff, and especially the better designs. So here we have a 1961, which is actually in pretty nice condition. Not perfect, but it's not a bad one. And we have this 1962 here, which could be in very nice condition, but it has this one really bad spot over here, unfortunately. Otherwise, it would be a very beautiful coin. But nevertheless, 2 very nice Canadian silver dollars nonetheless for under spot price. So I'm very happy about this. And the best one today is this 1939 crowning year dollar for King George V. So I really like this one. It's a beautiful coin. It's a pretty common coin. It's actually not really a low mintage coin, nothing compared to like the dollars from the early 40s and stuff like this, but it's a good one, so I was happy to pick it up. We also have one 50-cent piece. This is a 1957, and it is in absolutely beautiful condition, and I'm not 100% sure if it has been cleaned or not. I checked it under the microscope, and it doesn't really have the usual scratch marks of most cleaning products, but then again, it's really hard to say, and I don't want to make a final opinion about that. And then the last Canadian coin we have here today is this small 5-cent piece, 1920, which is in very nice condition, and that's also a reason why I got it. I'm a big fan of those if they're in nice condition. 80% silver, it's a 1920, it's the first year where they made 80%ers, they stopped in 1919. And then we also have a few European coins here. We have this one, 2 Lati from Latvia, 83.5% silver, the old European standard that Switzerland used forever, and France as well, and Belgium. Weird percentage, but this one is a very pretty coin, 1925. It is about a little bit smaller than a $0.50, as you guys can see. So it's roughly $10 melt or $9 melt maybe. Beautiful coin. Don't see those too often in Canada, but it's a very common coin. This is really nothing special. It's basically just a European junk silver coin. So is this 10 shilling 1972 from Austria here, 64% silver. It's also a very common coin, but again, I like to pick up the European stuff if I can get it for spot, and then I don't really hesitate because I like to have a few exotic coins. We also have this 25 öre from Sweden, and this one is a 1919, and it's definitely one of the better ones. You find a lot of the 40s and 50s 25 and 10 euro piece from Switzerland, but you don't find so many of the older ones, so I was pretty happy to pick up this one. And then we have a few of the Dutch 72% coins here. This one is a 10-cent 1941. We have a 25-cent 1941, 1937. Those ones are also very common. You see them all over the place. This one here is slightly better, the 1917. Pretty worn, but still a nice coin. Definitely better than the other ones. And then last but not least, the biggest score of today. This thing here is absolutely humongous. So this is a medallion of the legendary game between Canada and Russia. And it is a very large coin. It's sterling silver, 66 grams, and it's just absolutely massive. Just compare it to the silver dollars. The silver dollars look really small next to the sky. So 66 grams of sterling silver. So we're talking about roughly 2 ounces of pure silver here. And isn't this a beauty? I was very, very, very happy to have this for spot. I actually had an eye on this for a while. My silver dealer had it, but he was convinced he can get a premium out of it, and he didn't really want to sell it to spot to me. And I just waited. I just waited, and today he asked me, "Hey, do you still want that ice hockey coin? I can give it to you for spot today." And I'm like, "Okay, sure." Again, I don't really like buying things just because I like it. And the cool thing also about those coins here is that they are actually stamped sterling on the side, if I can find it now. So this is the number of the coin here. Don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, there we go. And then it is also stamped sterling. Come on, focus for me, baby. Anyway, hard to say, hard to tell, hard to show you guys because it won't focus on it, but it's definitely stamped sterling. It's totally legit. And on eBay they sell for roughly in the $100 to $150 range. I paid $70 for it, so it was definitely a good buy, but I'm definitely gonna keep it for now. Overall, we paid 200 Canadian dollars for this lot. Spot price is roughly 205, so that is very, very close, and I'm definitely happy with that purchase. I'm still very keen on silver. If you see the premiums online or overall the availability anywhere else, the prices and the premiums are still high, and I don't really see a reason to stop, especially because I stack silver long term. So that is definitely the main reason for me why I am not hesitant to pick up a bit of silver still with those high prices, even though I might see a little bit in dip in silver, even though I expect the dip in silver to be much less than the dip in gold. And I am not so keen on gold right now. I think there's quite a few factors that don't go in gold's favor. I think there's more competition for gold in Bitcoin and also other assets, other physical assets. And gold just has the huge disadvantage that it has no industrial use. So it really stands in direct competition to Bitcoin. I believe that a lot of the funds that would classically in economical times like this go into the gold market have actually trickled into the Bitcoin market. So we have much less gold investment. And with silver, I just see a lot of upside because of the industrial part of the game, and that is something that I believe many people still do not understand and do not take into consideration enough, that gold and silver are not directly connected anymore. Silver is not gold's younger brother anymore. Silver is mainly an industrial commodity. Gold is basically not at all an industrial commodity. In gold, 99% of the market is actually investment, and in silver, investment only comes down in normal years to about 8% of the market, and this year, at least the numbers I saw, we are at around 15 to 20% investment. So that's a huge difference. And especially most of the modern technology uses so much silver that I just can't really see anything else but silver going up long term. But I do not believe it is a good investment short term. I think that silver might be going up to maybe $28, $30 towards the end of the year. But I can also see scenarios where it dips under 25 again. So if you want to invest short term, I do not at all recommend silver. I think that gold might be interesting if we are getting under the $1,500 range again, which I think is very, very likely. So I will keep my fingers away from gold. I bought or traded for some gold last week, but that was also graded collectible pieces that I got for spots. So there's a lot of upside there. So I would probably do that again, but I wouldn't buy any gold right now, especially not if the premiums are crazy. I would not even be very comfortable buying it for spot without premiums right now. Long-term gold is also something very difficult to predict. I mean, if assets like Bitcoin and stuff like this establishes, there is definitely much less need for gold in this world as a safety net for investment, whereas silver, again, is an industrial commodity that's actually getting used up, and the amount of silver that is free on the market is getting reduced and reduced. So I see a lot of upside there. That's why I stack silver. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor and other people know better, but this is definitely my gut feeling and my logic why I stack silver. I just see a point in a 15 to 20 year window where we are definitely gonna run out of silver to mine, and on top of that have increased use for silver in all the electric cars and all the solar panels and all kinds of new modern technology that just need silver because it is still the best electric material out there, and I don't think we will find anything else anytime soon. So I am still a big fan, and especially if I can get better coins like this for spot price and do not have to pay any premiums. Actually, we are roughly a percent under spot here and do not pay any crazy up to 20 or 30% premiums that you pay on silver right now online. Yeah, that was basically it for today. Just a few thoughts, guys. Let me know what's your favorite coin here today. I mean, for me, it's definitely this monster here. It's so chunky and beautiful. I absolutely love this thing. Super, super happy that I got it. But I'm also a huge fan of the $1939. It's a beautiful coin. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button and hit the like button if you guys can. I would really appreciate it, and I hope I see you guys soon again for more talk about gold and silver and more junk silver reviews. Have a good one, guys.